The negative implications of conventional sunscreen on coral reef ecosystems. Coral reefs are one of the world's most diverse, productive, and widely studied ecosystems. Corals are a breeding ground, nursery, and a source of shelter and food for a huge variety of different marine animal species, supporting the diversity of organisms from all kingdoms of life. Coral reefs are composed of hundreds of thousands of individual animals called polyps. Each polyp has a stomach that opens only at one end, the mouth. Tentacles surround the mouth and they contain specialized stinging cells called nematocysts, which immobilize prey and act as a defense mechanism. Additionally, corals have a specialized relationship with the algae zooxanthellae, which are present in the cells of the tentacles. This algae photosynthesizes and provides food for the coral, and in return, the coral provides the algae with a protected environment. It is also responsible for all the elaborate colors that we see in corals. There are many negative impacts on coral reefs, mainly driven by human activities. The most widely studied and known impact is that of climate change, driven by the increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The increase in sea surface temperature is the largest contributing factor, leading to the degradation of coral reefs due to coral bleaching. This is the process whereby corals expel their zooxanthellae in response to heat stress, leading to death and a tremendous loss in marine biodiversity. Tourism is increasing in tropical regions, placing further pressure on coral reefs. One of the often overlooked impacts is that of conventional sunscreen and how its use is leading to the degradation of coral reefs. The use of sunscreen has increased drastically since the 1970s, and despite the presence of water-resistant sunscreen, it has been estimated that around 25% of the sunscreen applied to our skin are released into the water after 20 minutes of submersion. Additionally, showering and washing clothes contaminated with sunscreen can lead back to the ocean and other water sources. So what does this mean for our coral reef ecosystems? To address this question, we need to take a look at the ingredients of sunscreen and specifically which ones are harmful. Research has shown that sunscreen comprises of 20 or more chemical compounds, 5 of which are harmful to marine ecosystems even at very low concentrations, with the most harmful being oxybenzone. Zooxanthellae store small, harmless viruses, but these viruses become active when exposed to sunscreen compounds, resulting in their release from the coral due to their harmful implications. This results in coral bleaching and therefore death. Danovara et al. 2008 conducted experiments in a lab which analyzed the impact of sunscreen on coral reefs. They found that corals exposed to even extremely low concentrations of sunscreen resulted in the release of coral tissue and zooxanthellae, leading to coral bleaching and subsequent death. Sunscreen not only has a direct impact on corals, but also directly and indirectly impacts other marine species. For example, when this crustacean is exposed to sunscreen compounds, it releases a stress hormone that causes it to shed its skin and causes deformities in its juveniles, which could lead to death and certainly impacts its reproductive fitness. Most importantly, there are a myriad of indirect impacts of sunscreen on the marine species that depend on coral reef ecosystems as a breeding ground, nursery for young, and a source of food and shelter. Here, we have a coral reef that is completely bleached, and we also have a healthy coral reef ecosystem where there is a clear presence of a large diversity of marine species. Additionally, research has shown that an increase in sea surface temperature due to climate change accelerates coral bleaching due to sunscreen, therefore further accentuating the negative implications on coral reef ecosystems. In certain countries, legislation has been implemented to limit the negative implications of sunscreen on coral reefs. On the 1st of May 2018, Hawaii banned the sale of sunscreens containing oxybenzone and octinoxate. So, what can you do as a member of society to prevent those negative implications? Use reef-safe sunscreen and increase your use of other methods of protecting yourself from the sun's harmful UV rays. Hats, long sleeves, rash vests, umbrellas are all effective and we should start using them more often. After watching this video, I want you to grasp a profound truth. Even though the impacts of conventional sunscreen on our coral reef ecosystems goes unnoticed and unrecognized, we, as members of society, hold the power to minimize these impacts by changing a simple aspect of our lives. By choosing eco-friendly sunscreens and other mechanisms of sun protection, You not only aid in the protection of our coral reefs and the innocent marine organisms that inhabit them, but you also show support for commercial fisheries, the tourism industry, and the communities that directly depend on coral reef ecosystems. Together, we can protect our skin and the world's most enchanting ecosystems without compromise. Your choice today is a beacon for hope for a brighter, more sustainable tomorrow.